YouTube? This is World of War Black Ops Pro, and today I'm bringing you guys another Black Ops 2 gameplay, and I haven't done this for a while because, Advanced Warfare came out, but Advanced Warfare is honestly a disappointment to me. It was overly hyped, I think, and there was just a lot of problems with that game. So guys, I am back in the past, back in 2025. So guys, all you guys in the year 2054 better have that DeLorean on standby, because you might just have to come back to the past, because I doubt Sledgehammer's gonna fix many of the problems that exist in Advanced Warfare, such as the underpowered kill streaks. The underpowered, underpriced kill streaks. And the reason for that is because I believe they did that, and that was intentional. I believe that they nerfed the streaks intentionally because of MLG. Interest groups like that, who Sledgehammer caters to, and the other developers do this too, but we're focused on Sledgehammer right now, and I don't think they're going to exactly buff them as the way they should be. I mean, maybe in a few months down the road they will buff them, but they'll probably just be minor buffs. They're not going to be major, but the streaks do need a major overhaul in that game. Man, I'm just gonna say it, because not only are they extremely hard to get to, but once you get them, they don't do anything. They don't benefit your team nearly as much as they should. And that's a big problem, because kill streaks, as I've said, are the cornerstone of Call of Duty. And without them, the series would not be nearly as successful as it has been. So just imagine if COD 4 didn't have any kill streaks. They didn't take that step in the right direction and innovate a little bit and put kill streaks in the game. That game probably wouldn't have done as well as game would have probably done as well as its predecessors, and which isn't bad, but it isn't great either. And this series would be nowhere near where it is today without kill streaks. But Sledgehammer obviously forgot, and they slighted that fact. So yeah, unfortunately the kill streak channel is messed up right now. I doubt they're gonna fix them, guys, but if they do fix them, and they do make some major changes in the game, I might just go back to Advanced Warfare. But for the time being, I'm in the year 2025, because the year 2025, they did a lot of things right in this game. Like, the shields are pretty effective. There's claymores, so I don't get shot in the back all the time. The LMGs are actually good, and things like that. Just maps are better. Just Black Ops 2 did almost everything better than Advanced Warfare did. I'm just gonna say that, like, in Advanced Warfare right now, like, the gun balance is terrible, there's a ton of lag. There's a lot of problems with that game. But in this game, there is some lag, but it's not nearly as bad as Advanced Warfare's lag. The gun balance is pretty good, except I'm gonna say the shotguns and the snipers need to be rebalanced, but they're never gonna do that. But the good thing about those is that not everybody uses them. In Advanced Warfare, everybody uses the Val 27, either the Val 27 Assault or a variant of some kind of the Val 27, and that's because that gun's OP. That gun really needs to be nerfed because everybody uses it, and that just proves how OP it is. I mean, literally everyone uses it. It's worse than the MP40 problem in World of War, where everybody uses the MP40 because it's so good. Because in World of War, the MP40 would be good at close range, but it would be nowhere near as good at long range as a sniper rifle or an LMG would be. And in Advanced Warfare, the assault rifles pretty much cover everything. So they really need to nerf that, or just buff up the other guns, because, like, for example, the AK-12 is actually a low damage assault rifle in that game, and in every other COD game, the AK-47 and its modern variants are always high damage assault rifles, so they kind of just messed it up there. What they should do is just buff it up to a 3-hit kill at close range, because 4-hit kill at close range, that's just bad, and you're gonna discourage use of that gun because it's weak. And a lot of the guns in Advanced Warfare are weak. Surprisingly, I think they did that to try to slow down the time to kill in that game. But that wasn't the problem because, like, in Ghost, everybody's complaining about the time to kill and how they're getting melted and insta killed, but that wasn't the problem. The problem was a lag comp, and I don't think they're ever gonna fix things like that. Like, actually take actual steps in the right direction. Instead of putting all these gimmicky things in their games, like the exosuits, why don't you just put dedicated servers in? Like, actually get dedicated servers. And why don't you actually do what the community wants you to do instead of not listening to them and putting competitive stuff in there and catering to MLG and FaZe and Optic and all those other interest groups? Because, guys, in Advanced Warfare, like another example of, well, either laziness or catering to MLG is the fact that the domination is again split into 2 rounds. Now, it could be catering to MLG because they did it in this game to make it more competitive, which actually doesn't really do that. It just destroys the flow of the game. But it also could be lazy because they probably just copied the coding from this game in Ghost and put it in Advanced Warfare, because it literally seems like the same game. Like they didn't really do very much. So guys, as you can tell from the scoreboard there, I think we did pick up a random there, because by this time the camp god had left, because he was in this game, but unfortunately he left. I mean, he was getting sniped and stuff. I mean, I understand, I was getting sniped too, but I mean, should he have left? Probably not, just for courtesy purposes, because you know we have a lot of trouble with this random. The random keep playing the bomb, and we almost don't get overtime. Like, my kill streak's almost cut short because, well, the random tries to end the game early and go for the win. But I do manage to do well pretty still. And did you guys notice that submachine gunner guy who shot like 2 bullets into me and this kept running past me? Did you see that? Man, that guy was dumb. My streak should have ended there, but it keeps going. So anyway, guys, yeah, I'm just kind of being up here with my streak. And these streaks in this game are really good, guys. I mean, sometimes I feel they're overpriced. I mean, especially if you're playing like a non-objective game of like TDM. But the streaks are much better in this game than they are in Advanced Warfare. I mean, you couldn't do this in Advanced Warfare even if they had demolition. I mean, people trap in Advanced Warfare. I mean, I've been trapping, and it's just nowhere near as good as the spawn trapping is in this game. Spawn trapping in this game is much better than just spawn trapping in that game. Because spawn trapping in that game is more the normal type of spawn trapping, where you're sitting in corners, watching someone spawn in front of you and shooting them in the back, and it's just not that fun, really. I mean, I tried it out just because I wanted to see, oh, what methods could I use to get high kill streaks in Advanced Warfare? Because I've tried a lot of things in Advanced Warfare. Like, I've tried doing capture the flag and camping in corners and camping directly on top of flags to get the extra defender points for my streaks, but none of those strategies have been working. And that's quite unfortunate, because one of the main reasons that I play Call of Duty is just to get streaks, because, you know, doesn't everyone want to get streaks? I mean, it's kind of the big reason many people play Call of Duty. And if you take that out of a game, it completely destroys the fun that a lot of people have, including me, in the game. Now, Ghost, I believe, is a better game than Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare would probably, like, on my opinion, like, on the best Call of Duty, like, if I had a list of best Call of Duties, and with 1 being the best, and like, I forget, 7 or 8 or something being the worst, then Advanced Warfare would probably be in the bottom, probably even worse than Modern Warfare 3. And Modern Warfare 3 was a broken game, but at least Modern Warfare 3 had kill streaks. At least there was no exo jumping and all this other crap. And the maps were decent. I mean, some of them were, but overall, Modern Warfare 3 is still a bad game, but at least it wasn't as bad as Advanced Warfare, because Advanced Warfare, I mean, probably one of the worst COD games ever made. But anyway, about Ghost, the reason I had a lot of fun on Ghost was because there were streaks, and the streaks weren't like great, like, oh, these are the best streaks ever, these are the most amazing streaks. No, they weren't like that. They were streaks that, there was like one good streak, like, which is the Helo pilot, and a lot of them sucked, but the good thing about the streaks, though, were that a lot of the lower ones would help you get the higher ones, like the IMS and the Battle Hind. Any kills gotten with those would count towards your Helo pilot. And that's what you needed. You need to get that high streak really easily, so that's what you'd use. Plus, that game was pretty camper friendly, because a lot of the maps promoted camping and punished rushing, so that's another reason why I like the game, even though you guys probably didn't like it too much. Because I know many of you out there, many of my subscribers, probably rushers. So, and that's why I like Ghost, even though a lot of people didn't. So, in Advanced Warfare, I mean, it's not as camper friendly, The streaks aren't really good, and the streak, unfortunately, they went back to the score streak system, which, like, for example, if like, let's say I try to do what I did in Ghost and like run lower streaks to help me get up to that higher streak. Well, here's the problem with that. For example, I was trying to run UAV, bombing run, and paladin, but the bombing run, although it was a decent streak, like it only got me one kill. Like, well, it didn't really get me that many kills, and that kill would give me 25 points, and that's only an assist. That's not even good. So that's why I stopped running stuff like that. It goes there to give you the whole kill, and that's what I liked. I mean, I just kind of I wish they would just go back to a system like that, or maybe just pure kills, like kill streak system, like from Black Ops 1. We haven't seen that the actual kill streak system in Black Ops 1 because Modern Warfare 3 had the point streak. This game has a score streak. The point streaks again in Ghost and score streaks in Advanced Warfare. Because that's why Black Ops 1 is probably one of the best Call of Duty games ever made. Because of the maps. The maps were good. I can't think of a map right now that is just bad. That was just terrible. Like, all the maps in that game were good. I liked playing those maps. And probably my least favorite on that game was Summit, just because it was rusher friendly. But I know a lot of you guys liked that. That was a fan favorite map. And this kill streaks were good. I mean, Blackbird, Chopper Gunner, Dogs. That setup was ridiculously good. I always ran that setup, and if you guys haven't, you should run that too. And I always run that, and it always works out for me. Now anyway, guys, we're getting towards the end of the gameplay here because unfortunately it does cut off again. Theater mode, it doesn't always work in this game, but at least they have a theater mode. Advanced Warfare doesn't have a theater mode. So I mean, I really wonder what that extra year development time went to, because the game looks like it was made in 2 years, like the standard Call of Duty. So what I'm thinking is either they like said that they're making it 3 years, but they really made it in only 2 years, and then took the year off for something, or they put that third year towards making exosuits and exo movements, which I don't see why it would take a whole year to do that. But there really isn't anything new in Advanced Warfare that's exciting. The multiplayer is bad. The Exo Survival is worse than Modern Warfare 3 Survival. I actually liked Modern Warfare 3 Survival a lot better, because at least the enemies couldn't Exo jump all over the place. Let's see what else. The campaign's decent. I haven't actually played it, but I've looked it up, and the plot seems good, actually somewhat good, yeah. But I mean, you can tell it's unrealistic, but it's still, I mean, at least they tried. But unfortunately, it's just not. Call of Duty is just not what it used to be. I mean, will we ever get another game that's good as Black Ops 1? I don't know. Hopefully we will in 2015, but I wouldn't count on it. Not with the direction Call of Duty's going. And I mean, Black Ops 1 was before they started catering to everyone and they just made a Call of Duty game based on quality. Like, they just made a quality game. But anyway, guys, the gameplay is about to cut off here, so I hope you enjoyed the commentary. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. It's been World at War, and I'm glad to be back on Black Ops 1 in the year 2025.